Hello, folks. Let me do this real quick. That way you know you're on the right channel here. I am Jonathan J.O. Owen from the Party Source Reviews, and you're on our stream. So anyway, just getting started. Hopefully we'll be joined by Brent in just a moment. He was having a little bit of computer issue, so hopefully he'll be able to get that fixed out fairly soon. But you may be wondering where my co-host, Kitty Kennedy is. Kitty had a family emergency. She had to run out of town very quickly. So any thoughts and prayers, good vibes that you're willing to send her way would be much, much appreciated. She's a very dear friend, and I don't want to see my friend suffer much more with this family emergency. So, all right. So we've got Petsotics in the house. How's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. It is good to see you. And we've got D2. What's up, buddy? This is a hidden part of the Party Source, my friend. This is not the man cave at home. The man cave is covered in board games and just liquor bottles laying on the floor. They're full of liquor bottles. We've also got Rob, who's pretty awesome. And, Petsotics says sent here from Rob. Oh, bud, that is actually really, really cool. Okay, cool. Check out your channel here. Thank you, man, for swinging over. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. So, okay, until my co-host, and hopefully there won't be much more problem with it, but he's trying to work his way over here. Again, having some issues with the internet. But, okay, tonight's subject is going to be one bourbon, one rye, one Scotch, and one Irish, our favorites, one of each. And if Brent is able to join in, he'll be bringing his. So this is my mini little barrel, and I'm going to start the evening by wetting my whistle with something that we aged in this little barrel here. We put in some Buffalo Trace White Dog. We put in the bourbon mash, the rye mash, 375 milliliters of the bourbon mash, 375 milliliters of the rye mash, and about 200 milliliters of the wheat to fill this barrel. When all was said and done, after it sat a month, we had that much left. If you watched last week's live stream, Kitty and I pulled it out and we tried it. Still very, very high ABV. We nicknamed it the Carnage. This is unapologetic. And so, absolutely love this bottle. And I realized I don't have the chat going on over there. I was looking over here. Note to self, going to the Party Source to drink Weller 12. Oh, really? Let's see here. That one right there. You notice that is actually behind Bourbon Insane's little chip there. So I can actually put that on there. Hey, Jeffrey, what's up, buddy? So we got a couple of things back here, some projects aging back here that we are going to unveil in a couple of next few weeks. So stay tuned for those. We'll probably revisit them online live, but most of the reviews will go up out there. The Oak and Smoke. Hello. Are you able to get through, bub? Is there any problem? Do you need me to resend the link? I do apologize. All right. Okay. So first thing I notice on this is straight up apples now. Absolutely straight up. I need a new link. Okay, on its way, bub. Here we go. I have it set up just in case. Worst case scenario. And there you go. I resent it. So hopefully that goes through there. All right. So this is straight up apples now. Green apples. Underneath, getting the corn is showing up. The rye is very, very predominant. This is a whiskey. This is not a bourbon because this is not a virgin oak barrel. We actually made our poor man's Pappy Van Winkle in there. And so it was a used char barrel. We just reused it to make an American whiskey. Whew. Drinks like me mother's milk. That is hot. But it has really opened up since last week. The apple and the honey are incredibly pronounced. Almost like a golden apple crisp or a nice heavy apple pie. I do really, really like that. That is actually rather tasty. And there's a ton of unchill filtration just floating around in there. All right. So moving on, there was the talk of cigars. So if you guys are cigar fans, we have fired out a new cigar channel, which is The Party Source Cigars. Right now, we're right at 31 subscribers. It's a new channel, only a couple of weeks. And so we're just, with YouTube having the new policy and not being very friendly toward tobacco, we just said, we're going to play it safe and we're going to move it over there. Hopefully all is still well, Oak and Smoke. Did that go through? Hopefully it did. If not, I can resend it. Okay. Okay, so it's saying I didn't send it to your phone. Okay, I'm doing it through I sent it to email is what I did. So let me see here. And we're going to try that one more time, buddy. Let's see here. Going to send it here. And I'm going to do it like this. Hold tight, bub. So what is everybody drinking tonight? I would love to know what you're drinking. So if you do, what's in your glass tonight? I know a friend of mine, Rob, was drinking some apple juice. There you go. Sent to your phone, Brent. Actually, looking forward to, I've not physically talked to him. I've only corresponded through email, so I'm looking forward to talking with him. Okay, we've got Charlie Ashworth in the chat. Thank you for coming in. And Charlie, let's see here what you were saying on the chat. There we go. Okay, Charlie, let's see here. Iced tea with Royal is from Rob Scott. Crown Royal Peach. Oh, wow. That sounds good. D2, eventually I'm going to do some ice water. Okay, definitely to check out the cigar channel. Thank you very much, Charlie. And let's see here. And Oak Smoke is, of course, saying hi to everybody. Jeffrey Wack, good evening. So as you can see, we are going to be joining in on one whiskey, one Scotch. Well, one rye, one Scotch, one Irish, one bourbon. Stupid diet. Ooh. I need to go on one of those myself. Gosh. This is now getting a caramel now that it's getting a chance to open up. I was not expecting the level of complexity that we did get out of this. I honestly, it was most of the American whiskeys that I have tried have just kind of fallen short. That I did get an unexpected surprise by trying the Redneck Riviera. I went in with absolutely no hopes on that. And I was incredibly pleasantly surprised. Needless to be said, about $28. And it was recommended by another YouTuber who, let's see here, Josh from Talkin' Whiskey, which he told me that it was really good, and I went in very skeptically, and I was pleasantly surprised. Again, that is really good. Ah, there we go. Gotcha. So we've just been joined by the Open Smoke Reviews, Brent. So hopefully he's showing up with you guys as well. And I hope everybody's having a great day. Can you hear me, Brent? We'll find out.
J.O., give me 1 second, buddy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll just keep chatting away here.
I can't hear you right now.
You can't hear me? Okay. Let's see here. Ness. Oh, not another person I don't recognize. Thank you for coming over. I bet you came over from Rob. So Rob has been a great friend from the start to this channel, one of my original founders, old school gangsters, and so I'm always happy to meet the family that he has made. And I just love what he does. He's just a great guy. Bourbon won't impact the keto. Yeah.
All right.
You good? Getting a little bit of echo here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I apologize for that.
It's okay, man.
Was having some serious internet problems with the StreamYard wasn't wanting to accept my browser.
There is a bit of echo, so I'm not sure. Is there a YouTube video playing in the background or so? If not, sometimes that used to be the way it was with the old Hangouts. I've not really experienced it since we switched to StreamYard.
Hold on one second.
I do like the StreamYard a lot. So if you guys have not tried it, I definitely recommend the StreamYard. All right, so get a sip of water. And I'm going, let's see here. Sorry, Rob.
Hold on one second, buddy.
No,
let me hit the
Oh, let's see here. Okay.
Let me mute this.
Okay. Sometimes that works. So let's see here what we got. We got 13 people in chat right now. So thanks to all 13 of you for coming over. I do truly, truly appreciate that. Let's see here. Got 5 likes. So again, thank you so much, guys. And I'm introducing him one more time. This is Brent from the Oak and Smoke. And a little bit of technical issues there. All right.
Yeah, my name's Brent. Sorry about the little bit of echo. I'm still trying to work on that.
We'll survive.
I'm having to broadcast this right now from my cell phone, and the only real volume I'm getting is from the laptop on JO's end. So, yeah, apologize for that. Our channel.
Don't sweat it, my friend.
We review Irish whiskeys, Scotch whiskeys, bourbons, pretty much anything that has to do with whiskey. We review on our channel. We put up 2 videos a week every Saturday and Wednesday. And appreciate everybody's support.
All right. So what are you going to be covering tonight for our 1 rye, 1 Scotch, 1 Irish, and 1 bourbon? This was actually suggested by Kitty Kennedy, my co-host, who is normally here with us, but due to an unexpected... she had to run away. Go ahead.
I'm going to be. I'm going to start off with Irish. I think it's a little bit lighter, pretty, kind of nice. I'm going to start out with the Teeling.
Teeling. Oh, good choice.
The Teeling Irish whiskey. It was a hard pick between this and the it was a hard pick between this and the Redbreast. I prefer this just due in part to the fact that it's proofed up a little bit higher than the Redbreast, unless you go with the cask strength Redbreast, which is really hard to find. I really like Teeling. I tried to go on not huge extravagant whiskeys that are extremely hard to find. Even though I do really enjoy a lot of those, I was trying to get something that was really easily accessible to everyone that's watching.
That is exactly what I did. Was I tried to come in with things that were readily available on the shelf, such as I love the 1792, but the one that I don't have regularly available is the good 1792 full proof. But that one is good, but it's not one you can get every day of the week. So my Irish that I'm showing off is I'm going to be showing off the Whistler. The Whistler is relatively new to the States, This is the 7-year Blue Note. Last year on the Irish Month, St. Patrick's Day, I was trying to ask a lot of the YouTubers if they had heard of it, and they did not. So this is one of them in which I think the internet should love a little bit more. This is they have a 5-year, a 7-year, a 10-year, and a 7-year-old cast strength. But what makes these guys stand out is the fact that they are sherry cask finished. And so it's bourbon oak cask that is then finished with oak sherry. So it is a beautiful bottle. And I'm going to go ahead and crack it and let Brent talk a little bit.
All right, hold on one second. I'm going to try to fix this echo.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right. Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah, it's a. That's better. Well, I'm just trying. I had a mic hooked up to my phone and it just was not working.
Okay. Well, you want to do a quick review of the Teeling, or you want to? Now, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, it is definitely worth the check out. Brent found us. He was a new channel, and he came onto one of the live streams, and I quickly swung over, and I thought, this guy's got some potential, and I shot him out, and I've been shooting him emails over here. And he has 2 other friends that review with him. I assume friends and not family.
Yeah, but I should have mentioned them earlier. I was so frustrated, to be honest.
I understand.
Trying to get connected here. I had all this stuff set up and was ready to go, and for some reason my browser wasn't accepting the link you guys sent, which was cool. Stuff happens. But anyway, Jake and Ryan, they're not a lot of these live streams and stuff we do, they're just Jake's in 2 bands. Very hard for him to get any free time. And Ryan, he works 3rd shift. He has a 3rd shift job, so it's very, very hard for him to get involved and do it in this kind of live streaming and stuff. Appreciate everyone in the chat. I want to say hi to everybody. Sorry about the delay on getting started on this. But yeah, the Teeling is super nice. I don't know if you've had it, J.O.
I like Teeling.
I really, really enjoy the Teeling.
Teeling is definitely a nice treat, but I had to feature Nathan's comment there. Hello, gentlemen, and J.O. So I thought that was nice. Dude, yeah. So the first thing you get from me on this one is it is a single malt Irish. Fun fact. This was actually labeled as one of Whiskey Advocate's top picks for 2018 in the world of Irish, but then they made a horrible mistake, and they said it wasn't available here in the stateside. So we took a picture of it, and we sent it to them saying, you're wrong. That was a fun little thing that we did. But it is chocolate chips, a little bit of cookie, but it is a wonderful.
Well, I've never heard of the Whistler. I've not heard of that one yet. Would love to try it. I've really been enjoying the Irish whiskey here lately. It seems like it pairs very, very well with food. Like when I'm out eating dinner and stuff, I'll very rarely get a Scotch or a peated Scotch because I like peated Scotches. I very rarely drink peated Scotch or bourbons with my dinner. I usually drink Irish whiskey. I think it's light, it's pretty, it's easy, and it pairs well with most food. This Teeling right here is it's been finished in Caribbean rum cask for 6 months. The proof on it is 46% ABV. It's 92 proof. Most of your Irish, unless they're going like cask strength, from what I've seen, they'd like to try to keep it down in the 80 proof range. Teeling's kind of going out of that, and I think it adds to the depth and character of the whiskey. This one is full-on chocolate. It's got honeysuckles, honey, vanilla, caramels, deep, rich flavors. which is very nice. It's very nice. I have almost, this is almost a bottle kill right here. I sip on this one quite often. It coats the mouth very well.
I'll back you on that. It is a lovely bottle.
I love products. They've got single malts, cast strength products. They're just cool stuff. This is pretty cool stuff.
I do like that one. All right. So let's see here. I'm gonna save the Scotch, and I'm gonna go directly to the rye. And the rye that I'm bringing out is, of course, my old staple, good old Rittenhouse. My bottle's nearly empty, and so I brought in one of them so you guys can see it. What it looks like a little bit full. But do you drink much? Do you drink much rye?
Me, to be honest, Jo, I'm not much on rye. I guess starting to appreciate it more.
I got you.
I'm just not a real big rye guy. I'm more into your like Scotch, bourbon, Irish whiskey, and I'm just like my favorite ryes, and I didn't bring it because it is kind of hard to get. Is like my Whistle Pig store picks.
Oh, good choice.
Picks, I really like those. Those are good. Pikesville rye, but the rye I did bring is a little bit different, and it is the Angel's Envy.
Oh yeah.
It is it's finished in Caribbean rum cask, the same as the Irish whiskey, and I think it's just an awesome rye whiskey. Now on availability on this one, I did not have the Pikesville here. It was at Jake's. That's why I pulled this one out, because I do really enjoy it. The availability on this one is not that great. This is the only one that I will pull out that the availability on is just not that good.
D2 just threw this one out. That's if you have never met D2 or DeShilva2 there, he's a really hardcore whiskey guy.
Yeah.
And so he says that's a great starter whiskey for kids.
What's this? This one right here? The Angel's Envy?
Yeah.
But Pikesville's probably my favorite. Man,
Pikesville's good stuff at 110 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Rittenhouse was my first love. That's the old recipe. I have one bottle of that left, about half drunk, and I have that cap on as tight as possible, then wrapped in saran wrap, and then tape on the top and bottom of that saran wrap to try and keep it from evaporating. And I'm probably going to pull that bottle out in the future just to revisit it, because it's absolutely gorgeous and so different from this guy. The other one that, if I could get it, and I haven't seen it in a couple of years, is the Colonel Taylor rye. Absolutely adored that bottle. Rossville Union is incredible from MGP. Oh gosh, the Old Forster rye. How can we not talk about that one? Have you tried that one?
Yes, I've had the Old Forster rye. It is pretty good. I'm as far as rye whiskeys go, I'm more on the end of, I guess, and I don't have really. I guess I kind of have a reason for this. I don't like the full-on 95 to 100% rye whiskeys as much as I do the in the 50s or 60, 70 range ryes, because I think the actual having a little bit of corn and malted barley with the rye gives it a little bit more complexity and flavor versus on that full-on one single grain. I do like Peerless rye. I do like that. I really enjoy the Peerless rye. I have the 2-year and the 3-year, and I like those also. I did not pull out the Peerless just because it is super hard to get.
I'm laughing at that because, yeah, I like the Peerless rye. And where are you located?
Peerless has a great way of making really young whiskey taste older than what it is. I don't know if you've tried their bourbon, but their bourbon's a 4-year bourbon, and it tastes much older than what it actually is. Well, here you go, D-Seal. I'm gonna go pour a little bit of this Angel's Envy for you, bud.
Okay, D2 is asked because either one of us tried few. I will back you on your description. It is a little young, Christmas spices, but it does have potential. And I'm assuming that the fused bourbon is awful because I did not like that one. I really did not.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk highly of that. They do. They talk extremely highly of the few. And I think they're out of Chicago, I'm pretty sure, or Illinois, somewhere like that. I'm not a big fan of few either. Yeah, just not a big fan.
All right, I'm going to pour me a little bit of Rittenhouse.
Kind of started off kind of weird. Nice bottle flip, bud.
Mm.
You're trying the Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
All right. I've got the Angel's Envy poured just for D2. The Garrison Peerless Bourbon is awful. D2 didn't like Peerless Bourbon?
I haven't tried it yet, so I keep hearing that. So many people are saying that they don't like it. I might put that one in a blind flight just so I can get it past any preconceived ideas. And let's see here. It's like upgraded Garrison bourbon. The last time I tried Garrison was about 3 years ago, and my response was sip 2. And there's been a couple of
Texas whiskey that is pretty much screaming, "Hey, I'm whiskey," and it is some hot stuff. I mean, it's pretty warm, pretty hot.
The beauty of Texas whiskeys is the humidity down there. I am, fun fact, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7th. I am 8th generation Texan, and I'm here in Kentucky. I was broken when my child broke it. He's not 9th generation. And I mean, large amount, and it's, everything from my home state is gold. I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit better. It was very astringent. I keep hearing that it is better. So it's something that I want to try, and it's just something that's not available to us right now.
Well,
I do like Balcone's line.
I had a Garrison Brothers store pick, which you get into store picks and stuff like that. They set I would say most of your distilleries, if not all, set the store pick barrels off the side from everything else.
Yeah.
I had a couple Garrison Brothers store picks that were decent. They were decent whiskeys. I haven't had a lot of Texas whiskey just because of where I live. I live in southern Indiana.
Okay.
I would like to try more of it.
Yeah. There's definitely more I want to try. And was it the Scotch Test Dummies did a review of a private barrel, and they were just raving about it. And I didn't leave a mean response or anything. I just said tried it 3 years ago, and I spit it out. Of course, that was 3 years ago, and I did close it out by saying it sounds like I need to revisit it because whiskey only gets better with time.
Right.
And it's quite unique. Well, Iron Root. Rob Scott says he enjoys Iron Root.
Yeah, I seen that comment, and I have not had a chance to try the Iron Root yet. I hear a lot of people saying good things about it. I would love to try it. Just the availability right here in southern Indiana. I live about 20.
You're a controlled state, aren't you?
Say it again.
You're a controlled state. Indiana's controlled, or is it?
I'm honestly, as a controlled, you're saying it's like a 3-tier state, or?
Is it ABC controlled?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. All right. So that definitely hinders some of your distribution right there.
Yes.
Let's see here. They are saying D2 is saying you can get Iron Root in Louisville. I'm actually going to be down that way in a couple of weeks. I'll see if I can pick some up.
Yeah, I have looked, and I've seen a bunch of Balcone in the Louisville area. I'm gonna have to go look for some Iron Root, I guess. I heard it's absolutely amazing, and they have a huge variety, a bunch of different blends. They're doing some pretty cool stuff with whiskey, and I'm very interested in trying some Iron Root.
Okay.
He's in all the chats too. I see him all the time.
Yeah.
Great man in the whiskey community. Yeah, glad you're with us, DCL.
He's a great supporter, that's for sure.
Yeah, he really is, man. Richie Z, another good one. It's always in the chat.
Yeah, he jumps over on the channel. There's a couple of them that I see in other chats that have never come over to us, but hey, you can't join them all. And I wish, I really, really do. A lot of times he's in the chat mashing drum with us, but yeah. I wish I could do like he does, go to every chat, watch every video. And it's like, I'm like, how do you do that? And he's like, I don't have a girlfriend. I live by myself. And it's just like, that's pretty awesome, Jason. I mean, it's like he's jumped to 4,000 subscribers plus. I mean, he is just, oh man, kudos to him. He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. We talked on the phone Sunday. I think it
was
Sunday. He's just a super cool guy.
I like him.
Really involved in the community, and he's doing good things in the whiskey community. And whiskey, I mean, he really is doing some great stuff.
He's got a great palate too. Yeah, I don't agree with him about the St. Cloud. He said he really liked that one. I did not like that one.
Well, okay. I think I've thought about this, Jo. I think maybe it's a pot stilled whiskey. And a lot of your smaller batch pot stilled whiskeys.
Oh, looky here.
Hey,
Messenger, we were just praising this guy. Look who just jumped in.
What's up? What's up, Jason C?
Oh, I hope you just heard those, that how much we were saying we love you and all that you do for the channel, my friend. Not the channels, but all the YouTube bourbon whiskey community, man. You're pretty freaking awesome. Oh, what did I do? He says, you just showed up. Hopefully you heard it. we were just saying how much we love you and what you do. Oh, St. Cloud War, fight. Okay.
Okay. Jason's in the chat now. But
yeah.
Okay. The St. Cloud. I mean, it's a young whiskey. It's 3 years old.
Yeah.
But what they're doing, I mean, they only made 12 barrels of it. It came out at 120 proof, barrel strength.
Yes.
There's only 3,000 bottles made. They were going for quality on the product. I mean, there was sediment in the bottle. There was sediment floating around everywhere in the bottle. It did have a little bit. I could see where you might say it had a little bit of youngness to it, as far as sometimes your pot still whiskeys will have like that, I guess, craft funk to it. A little bit of a craft funk.
And we got Richie Z in the chat. He's just saying he's commuting, but he's listening. He's not able to watch. So I was just popping that up there. I know he can't see that we posted his comment there, but letting everybody know that Richie Z is with us.
Yeah, oh, cool. Awesome.
Oh, wait. Mash says, wasn't finished in French oak. It probably would taste like it. I'm a French oak boy, but there was some green to it. To me, it was what Kitty and I said when we reviewed it. It was kind of hard to hide our facial expressions. If you watch that video, we were just, when we tasted it, we were just like, and I even said, I can't hide my facial expressions. I try to be very professional and not be rough toward things. But
right.
We described it. We said, we look forward to it getting older. And we described it both as a cookie that is uncooked. It's just not finished baking.
No.
You're getting the cookie element, but you're getting like all the raw ingredients. It's not melded together properly. If that makes any sense to you guys, that is a straight JOism, if there ever was a JOism.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the guy is really putting out a good, solid, nice 3-year whiskey. Wasn't really trying to cut any corners. I I enjoy it. I think I honestly do. I honestly
Okay.
do. I really enjoy the whiskey. It did have a little greenness to it. I could really see its age on the finish. At 120 proof, you would think the finish would be a little bit longer than what it was.
Yeah, it was
Really,
hot though, very, very
yeah.
hot. And the one thing that I have learned is that I will never mock somebody for what they like in the world of whiskey. About 8 years ago, when I started into this, there was a man who came in. This is when Buffalo Trace was readily available on the shelf, and this customer came in, and he grabbed a bottle of Jack Daniels. And me being the green, full of vinegar and urine and other things, I jumped over and I said, "Man, you don't want to buy that. Put that fake whiskey back. Buy this Buffalo Trace. That's good whiskey. This is what whiskey is supposed to taste like. This is bourbon." And he took it home. And about 2 weeks later, he came in and he told me, I didn't even recognize him. He just cornered me and he said, "You know that whiskey you had me buy? That was the worst stuff I ever tasted in my life." And it was at that moment I realized I had a man who had been drinking Coca-Cola for 20 years and I gave him a Pepsi and told him it was better. And it was just one of those wake up moments that, I wish I had known that before I did it. I could have saved myself a bit of embarrassment, but I will never mock somebody for liking something I don't. I mean, everybody has their own palate. If we all drank the same thing, we'd be horribly boring, I am a mad fiend when it comes to cocktails. And so that St. Cloud, believe it or not, is really good in some heavy cocktails.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I really enjoy it. I do. I think we could go on and on about this. And taste is so subjective.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. It's very subjective. And I think they're doing a great job. I think he's not really trying to cut corners.
I am so looking forward to their product getting older. Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah, bringing something out at 80, 90 proof. He was trying to put out a good cast strength product. 3 years. I'm sure he had to get something out there. I think the guy's doing good. I like this whiskey. But yeah, taste is definitely subjective.
Okay, so anyway, Richie Z just threw this out, and he says, at the open smoke, Brent and J.O., is the St. Cloud worth getting? It is at $92.99. I spotted it at a bottle near work. I did not like it. I did like it with a little bit of cut water. My co-host, my equal partner of the YouTube channel, Kitty, did not like it as well. Brent liked it. Jason C. from Mash and Drum liked it, and D2 says he liked it. They're all idiots. What can no, it all comes down to what you like. If you get a chance to try a sample of it, I highly recommend it. If nothing else, I don't normally condone this, but for 3,000 bottles, it's a nice collector's item. Pull it out for like a graduation, surprise somebody.
Okay. I guess if you're buying whiskey to put up on the shelf and say, I got batch one, it's one of 3,000. Yeah, it's probably a good one. But as far as, he's pulling out a cast strength product. There was only 3,000 bottles made. And I think he done well. He went against the grain and aging him in new French oak.
Yeah.
Trying to do something different. Does it have a little bit of that, I guess you would say, craft taste to it a little bit? Yeah. It was pot stilled whiskey. But all in all, I think me personally, I think it's an excellent sipper. And like JL said, it runs a little hot, but I like higher proof whiskey.
I did like it with the dash of water in there. I thought that was actually pretty good.
It's all about what you like. I mean, taste is so subjective and kind of what you can get into and stuff. But
okay. So I'm sorry. Dustin D2 just threw this out, and he says, I think I paid $80 for the St. Cloud. I'm not upset, but I don't recommend it due to the price. And then immediately he followed it with this. The cork is worth $15. I would back him on that. That cork looks like it should be in a cog in a machine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Richie Z says, lol, and it's a gorgeous looking bottle, but we are now going to go back to Nathan Tooney. Nathan Tooney here, is it Nathan Tony? Yeah, I don't know if it's Tony or Tooney. I think if it's Tooney, it would be two O's. So we'll say Nathan Tony. What about Rhymageddon from Corsair? That is one of my friend's favorite whiskeys, favorite rye. It is deep, it is chocolatey, it is heavy duty, but it does have a young tinge. I would use it exclusively for mixing cocktails. Have you ever tried that one?
No, I have not had that. I have not had that. It was the Ramageddon Corsair.
Corsair, yeah. They used to be in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now they're in Nashville, Tennessee. I got to meet one of their head distiller, and he looks like he stepped off the stage from an indie rock band. He also looked like he was 15, but he was 25 at the time. I talked about black pants that were being held together with safety pins, and he was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've not had it. I guess, like I said, I'm not huge. I don't really have a good reasoning for it. I'm just not a real big a rye guy. I'm just not. Maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. I'm not a big rye guy.
Okay. Well, let's move on to something that I know you enjoy, Scotch.
Yeah.
What is your favorite one Scotch that is available?
Okay.
Sorry, in case you guys didn't catch it, it's one Scotch, one bourbon, one rye, one Irish. Our favorites, what is readily available. Go ahead.
I like the Lefroy, the Ardbeg. I have been buying bottles of this right here lately from Compass Box. It is the Glasgow blend. Yeah. The Glasgow.
I love that. I love that stuff.
This is I would say it's a blend made for the Glasgowians, if I said that correctly. But
makes sense to me.
They want a bold, rich whiskey, and Compass Box made this blend for them, and it's got whiskeys from Arbor, Lefroy. It's 18% Lefroy. And Compass Box is very transparent about what they do. You can go to their website, get all the information on this.
Did you get to try?
It's only $35.
Yeah,
it's only $35. I like peated Scotch, and I think this is a great dram. Do I got some fancier Compass Box? Yeah, I got. But I mean, to pull that out on the show and say, go buy this, when it's super hard to find. This one's way more readily available. It's Compass Box. I think Compass Box does some great blending things. And yeah, here we go with the Compass Box.
I love the Compass Box. That was so good.
Glasgow blend?
Yes, I love it very, very much. Richie Z also wants to know what you think of the Legend. You and I do. This guy right here.
Yeah, okay.
I absolutely love it.
I do too. I think it's very good. I think it's very, very good. I think it took a lot for that man to actually finish whiskeys. He actually, it was so well ingrained in his soul through Jim Beam to not finish whiskey. It was something he was totally against doing. And to make the 15, 20, 30, 40 trips back and forth to Japan and actually pull off this whiskey and do the things they did with it, I think it's amazing. I think it's a great whiskey. I think it's a light, easy sipper. Would it be something I go to every single day? No, but I think it's a good. It's almost dessertist.
Oh yeah, I'll back you on that.
It's very friendly, pretty, but it has nice flavors. Yeah, it's good. Can't say anything bad about it.
No, I definitely did enjoy it. And if you watch our blind reviews on Tuesday for the what was it? We call it the blind box mashup, that one tricked both Kitty and I. We did not. We went in and it tricked us. We had no idea what it was. Of course, if she was here, we would say it's not about guessing. It's whether or not we'd buy it. All I got to say to that is that's what it started out as. But bull crap, it's all about to see who can beat the other person in guessing it.
Yeah.
Those blinds are fun. Okay, the one I pulled out is one of them that when I tried it, I'm trying to keep it on my bar at home. Ardbeg and O.
Bias out of it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Blinds take all of the bias out of your whiskey. You don't know what you're drinking. You're just going by what you're smelling and tasting. It definitely takes all the bias out, which is cool.
Yeah. And as we say, we call it the honest reviews.
Yeah.
And it's there's been a couple of times someone has just showed up and just like, oh gosh, what was it? We did one of them live. D2 saw it. She poured me my whiskey of the year so far, which is the Four Roses Small Batch Select, the 107 proof. I couldn't identify it. And I was going round and round. It's like there was something so familiar and I couldn't put my finger on it. But I was like, yes, this is delicious. I would buy this. And D2 actually threw a hint out. It's all about the yeast. And I knew exactly what it was at that moment. But going back, my whiskey is the Ardbeg and O. Have you tried this one?
Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Finished in first fill bourbon barrels, Rechar Oak, and Pedro Jimenez Sherry, giving you all three of those flavors with the classic Ardbeg char and peat smoke. I describe it as when I drink Ardbeg, that is like chewing on the burnt ends of a char-grilled steak. It is very meaty. It is very thick. It is very chewy. One of my favorite whiskeys, and I didn't think they could ever get anything better than the Ardbeg. But when this hit the shelf, I was very happy. And if I could ever run across another Ardbeg, I would probably buy it.
Yeah, I've never had the Ardbeg. I have had that. It's very nice. I mean, like you said, I totally agree. Very meaty, savory. A lot of times, for me, when I get into my peated scotches, this is just for me. It seems all kind of one directional. Where I'm going with my peated scotches with Compass Box, it seems so like the Glasgow blend, for instance. It's got deep sherry notes, raisins and dates, and a little bit of fruity notes in it. Instead of that straightforward, like charred, meaty, savory, medicinal iodine qualities like your Lafroig and your hardcore Ardbeg, your Ardbeg 10. Me personally, I'm more into getting a little more out of my peated whiskey than just chewing on a piece of grill, But yeah, that's me. That's just me.
No, you're not offending me at all. Like I said, everybody has their own taste, and so
that's what I was getting at. Like, tasting is so subjective,
Very, very much so.
It really is. It's so subjective.
It's always fun to talk to somebody who has the opposite view of you. And or just somebody who if we were all like, oh yeah, that's good, that only makes you more founded. But when somebody starts like, I don't like cantaloupe. There's 3 things in this world that I don't eat. Cantaloupe is one of them. But yet I know people that can kill cantaloupe. They would eat the thing by themselves, and it's just kind of fun to talk to people who have an affinity for something that you don't care for and hear them say, oh, I like to do it like this. I like to do things like this. I put a little rosemary in there. Or do you get like the notes on this whiskey? And it makes you rethink it and dive into it in a different, maybe look at it from a different angle. It's really fun to do that. Okay, so that's my 2 cents of what you're saying. So
yeah, and the main thing is just you're being honest. I mean, you're just being honest. Hey, if tasting wasn't subjective, everybody would like onions. I mean, not everybody likes onions, and not everybody likes certain types of whiskeys, and it's that way with everything. It's very subjective. Main thing is just to be honest and
What was it? One person actually said, "Is there anything that you don't like, Jo?" And that was in the world of whiskey. It was on one of the reviews I put out there, and he said, "Is there anything you don't like?" Because he just felt like I was liking things that most normal people don't. And I said, this one here is one of them I don't care for, Roaming Man. And, of course, the St. Cloud. I did not care for St. Cloud.
Have you tried Jeff the Creed?
I did. I did not care for that one. If that's the one I'm thinking it is, I did not care for it.
That was bad.
Yeah. It's like I always try to find at least something enjoyable about it, such as one thing I look forward to about, again, going back to the St. Cloud, I am looking forward to it getting older. There are other ones that I just taste and I was like, I look forward to them getting better and getting more unique. And it's just so much fun, this world of whiskey. Just how much fun I've had doing this for the past 10 years.
Yeah, it's cool.
It really is. And I've just seen it evolve from really, really good whiskey that was completely different to we had that slump that started about the time of the boom where we had all these new distilleries, but they were all putting out like 6-month-old stuff. 4 years later, we're now getting those items coming of age. And so I am so excited to see us in another 4 years. That's just my opinion. What about you? What are your thoughts?
Well, the last decade, like you said, the 10 years, it's been a huge whiskey revelation. We're living in like a whiskey renaissance right now, I think.
Oh yeah.
I was looking through the chat right here, and I kind of got distracted. DH Seal 2. If we're honest, whiskey tastes different every time we drink it, and that is so true. That is so true. It does, and that's the main thing, man. I mean, just being honest with what you're drinking, and yeah, it's been fun. I've had a great time doing.
Have you been on any private barrel picks?
Say it again.
Have you done any private barrels or single barrel picks?
No, I have not. Here in I think September 18th, we actually are in pretty good. We know some people pretty good that do barrel picks with Knob Creek, and we're going to go do a live stream on how they do their barrel pick selection. We actually got the Knob Creek box.
Cool. You got the box.
Through that and go through the whole process with everyone on the live stream. Knob Creek barrel picks are absolutely amazing, by the way. I love those. They're very good.
Okay, it hasn't popped up here yet in my chat. Wait, there it goes. Rob Scott makes a very good point. If we all had the same taste, there'd be one bottle of bourbon, one bottle of scotch, and one bottle of rye. So true. Variety is the spice of life. That's Robot Scott, not Rob Scott. My apologies for taking that out of there. And we've got Richie Z down here. Glyph Molecular Whiskey is the worst I've had. My bottle is still 95% full. I am not familiar with Glyph Molecular.
I have never had that either.
Okay. If we're going to talk about molecular, my father-in-law sent me an article in which was, bless my father-in-law's heart. He will find it in the newspaper. He will cut it out and he will mail it to me. He won't go online. He won't find it there, but he will mail it to me. And it is a picture of like these spider webs. But upon a closer investigation, what scientists have found is each bourbon will leave its own evaporated spider web on a molecular level, in which will help them identify flavor strains. And it had like 30 different bourbons on these gigantic blow up from a microscope of just where they took one drop, let it evaporate, put it under a microscope, and took a picture. It is such a unique study. I will try and post something about that in the link. I got to find it though first. I'm sorry, because he sent it to me in a newspaper clipping.
Sounds good. Sounds cool. Sounds cool.
I am such a nerd when it comes to things like that.
I mean, I am too. And I'm a big Nat Geo guy. My wife.
Oh yeah.
Like, why are you watching this stuff, man? All the time. Richie Z, so good to see you in the chat, man. Awesome guy. That's my buddy right there, Richie Z.
Yeah.
Great guy. Great guy. What bourbon did you pick?
I got my go-to. This was one of them. I went roundabout for a little while. And it's like, I was trained on Elmer. I love Elmer, but you can't get it. Buffalo Trace is nice, but you can sometimes get it. So I got to thinking, what is the one that I have the most bottles of? I have the 1792. I have like 2 full proofs, like 3 different single barrels by the Party Source. I have 3 bottles of the 222nd anniversary, which I found 2 of them about a month ago, unexpectedly. And as well as I have the Sweet Wheat, the Port Barrel, the High Rye, and another one, I forget what it was that they put out. And so I got to thinking, it's just like, I'm a 1792 guy. So this is the one I brought.
Good. It's very, very nice. I debated over this one.
Yeah.
I debated over it. There's so many nice. To say that this is my favorite of anything is really hard to do.
It's like picking your favorite kid if you have kids.
Yeah, right, man. You're exactly right. That was well said. I mean, it's very hard to do. I was just thinking of an all-around go-to bourbon whiskey. It was something that the availability on this one. I don't know. I know around here I can get it all the time, just like you was talking about the 1792. I actually got a bottle of that. A couple different bottles right here in my whiskey cabinet, and I'll drink a dram with you here after we're done doing this. But I picked the Buffalo Trace. The Buffalo Trace.
I do like that one.
I think it's just a great all-around, well-rounded bourbon whiskey that gives you a little bit of everything. It gives you a little bit of rye spice, sweetness. It's very well-rounded bourbon, but I had a hard time between this and the Eagle Rare. But then you're going with allocations. I mean, a lot of people have a hard time finding Buffalo Trace. So a lot of people have a hard time finding Eagle Rare. This is a store pick. We've got probably 10, 15, probably about 10, I guess. Different store picks. It's easier, I guess, to get a store pick around here with the people we hang out with than it is to get an actual Buffalo Trace. But I think Buffalo Trace, if you can get it and you're wanting to get into whiskey or whatever, I think Buffalo Trace is just a great all-around, well-rounded bourbon whiskey.
Okay, I'm going to throw out D2's comment here. But first, let's see here. Richie C says, nice seeing too, Brent. Cheers. I will pour some whiskey almost home. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, Richie Z. I can't thank you so much. You're a great supporter. Thanks for supporting all the channels.
Man. He is, man. And DA's still too, man. They're always in the chat. Robo Scott, I see him in the chat all the time. The whiskey community is great.
Really is. And then we got D2 over here who's just saying 1792, 8th and Sand, and Knob Creek. If I needed available and reasonably priced bourbon, those are all I need. Yes. I will definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 8 in Sand was an unexpected pleasure. I like honestly, I could honestly just throw in 1792 to there. That is a staple at my house. And honestly, another one that I drink on a regular basis is the very old Barton, preferably the 86 or the 100, if you can find the 100, especially at $10 a bottle. So 10 to 12, depending on it.
A lot of super budget whiskeys. I mean, I'm thinking about doing like a blind here in the future.
Oh, fun.
Evan Williams Black Label, very old Barton, Ancient Age, and Benchmark 8. Me personally, I think the white label Evan Williams Bottled and Bond wouldn't be fair in that category. I really enjoy that one for $13. Very nice whiskey. There is some great, readily available, affordable bourbon whiskeys out there that are just great. The Knob Creek. That's one of the ones that I sip on all the time. The single barrel 120. That's one of my favorites. But I like my higher proof whiskeys. I was just kind of going through something that I really enjoyed tonight for something for everyone except for Angel's Envy. It was just kind of hard to get. And my rye selection is not all that great. We do have several. I don't keep them at my house because I'm just not a real big rye guy. I do like the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye. Kind of hard to justify the price on that one for what it is. You immediately start thinking, okay, I know so many different other things that I could get for this price range. That is just me personally. But as far as rye whiskey goes, I think the Jack Daniel's single barrel is another excellent one. If you're into rye whiskey.
Oh man, yeah. The Knob Creek Rye, we've had a couple of single barrels from them that just rock your world. And then we had a couple of Knob Creek barrels, single barrels, in which that is something else in which we have seen in the past 4 years since the Beam Centauri purchase. Beam was just kind of something that sat on the shelf. It was not considered good whiskey. It was considered filler whiskey. It was considered something that your grandfather drank or you grabbed because the convenience store had nothing else. Now we're seeing these Knob Creek selections, and we are seeing the Legend for one, and we're getting the single barrel selections from them that are out of this world, and we're just seeing this craft level and quality of their stuff moving up. And so when they first was the purchase, there was some grumbling about it, but my response was, I saw what happened when the Japanese purchased Four Roses. They turned around something that was considered to be the well of the well, the gut of the rot, and made it one of the highest rated whiskeys out there. And so I knew that we were going to see some good things from them.
Yeah, I mean, Centauri. I mean, they're doing some pretty good stuff, man. I mean, they got some good things going on. I mean, we will get a Japanese whiskey. That's a whole other ball game right there. I mean, I've got several. I probably overpaid for most just because of where the market is now. I got lucky on a couple, but like your Nika 17-year single malt, super rare, super hard to get. Probably overpaid for that one. I actually got some awesome sample set of the Yamazaki 12. Japanese whiskey in maybe 10 years will be able to regulate prices maybe a little bit to where they're decent. As far as right now, for a whiskey drinker, not someone just buys something and puts it on the shelf and looks at it, they're just not. It's just not reasonable to unless you're just totally into it and want to have it, or it's just. I don't know. I really enjoy Japanese whiskey. Just recently, in the last, I guess, 2 years, got into it. But yeah, I like Japanese whiskey, and I don't know. I wish there was more of it readily available than what it is.
We were just joined by the Bearded Beer Man. How are you doing, sir?
My God.
You know this guy?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that's my guy. I like Bearded Beer Man. Is a lot of fun. If you like some beer reviews, he is just so jovial and so friendly. I like that guy a lot. Okay, so D2 just threw this out. He says we're sadly 10 years away from it being more age-stated whiskeys from Japan. And we're going to go back up to Nathan Tooney here. It is. We went to Jep the Creed a couple of months ago. The bourbon wasn't the best, but the story of the bourbon was unique. Honestly, half of a good bourbon is the story. And they grow everything in their spirits. That's very true. So I did like that. Kudos to them. And pretty cool tasting room also. So I've not seen that, so I couldn't really tell you that. But I do love their story. I love the fact that they grow everything.
Yeah, it's that bloody butcher corn. They use that in their vodka also. Man, I had such high hopes for the Jeff the Creed bourbon. They follow us, and for me to it's just a it's a.
It can only get better. It really can.
It's not that good. It's not that good. That's all I can say.
All right, man. It is wrapping up to the top of the hour. Well, actually, it is past the top of the hour. We've gone a little bit over. So tell them where they can find your channel, but I'm pretty sure everybody here knows of your channel. So drop a comment in the link below.
All right, thanks.
And they will be able to jump over to your channel. And I know most of these guys probably here. Oh, wait a second. We just had Craft Backwoods Billy here jump in. I was at Brandon's for a bit. Oh, is Brandon live streaming right now? Oh, of course. I'm sorry. Brandon is from Craft Beer Pours. And so he's actually a great channel. I was thinking Brandon from somebody else. I apologize, Backwood. Backwood is one of my favorite favorite hillbilly wine reviewers. Love his channel. So joining us is the Oak and Smokes Brent. If you're wondering where the other half of the channel is, Kitty Kennedy is not with us today. She had to leave town unexpectedly due to a family illness. So thoughts, prayers, good vibes, all that fun stuff, guys.
Is everything going good with that? I know you said something the other day about
Kitty,
that.
It's her father-in-law. He is 85. He's she just sent me I don't know much details. She just said, if you could, please pray for him. So I'm like,
yeah, I will. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, and I'll do my best to do anything I can do to help, man.
I gotcha. I don't know how long, I don't like to see my friends in pain or hurting. So much less if I have any enemies, I don't like to see them in pain or hurting either. I don't like to see any human that way. Okay. So anyway, on a more happy note, we have something special for next week. So make sure you tune in. I'm definitely going to be having you back, Brent. I want you to pair you with Kitty Kennedy so you can we can get the chat going. Kitty is so much more fun to talk to than me.
Oh, man, great time, man. Don't say that.
Okay. Now,
I'd love to come back on the channel, and we can work out this StreamYard thing. For some reason, the StreamYard was not accepting my browser. I don't know why.
That's weird, man.
Audio might have been a little janky.
I don't know.
I honestly do not know why it wouldn't accept it, but I'm gonna work through that. And just let me know. Hey, man, I love doing this stuff. It's fun. I love being involved with the whiskey community. It's a great time, man. I had a great time. We got to share some good whiskey with each other. It's cool, man.
Okay. I'm gonna throw this out real quick. Backwoods said, I saw a whiskey video on carbonating whiskey with a home carbonation machine for use. Interesting. You should think about a similar video. I actually did think about that, and I've heard of it. It was actually a big deal about 6 years ago when you go to a cocktail bar in New York, they would carbonate it. And so it is something that I would be very interesting in visiting because it is such a unique idea. And I've had some very interesting carbonated cocktails before, but never just a straight glass of carbonated whiskey. But also Nathan Tony says, did I miss something with Kitty? Kitty had to leave town unexpectedly due to a family illness. So thoughts and prayers, my friend. Thoughts and prayers. Or else she would be here with me. So hopefully she'll be able to be back with us next week. And let's see here. I know most of you probably already know this, but we have our new YouTube channel just launched. It is the Party Source Cigars. So it is just exclusively cigar reviews where Nick, myself, and a couple other guys are doing all kinds of cigar reviews and live streaming cool cats like Hiroshi and other famous cigar guys. And also, I'm going to throw out to our good friend over here again, this guy right here. Sub to his channel if you haven't. Like his stuff, cool cat, a lot of fun. And I guess anything to add?
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I'm J.O. Thank you so much, man, for having me on your channel. It's been a pleasure.
It has been. It's been so much fun hanging with you, man.
It's been awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers.
Yeah, let me grab my glass. Cheers. Okay.